Hi, Northeast. Today we're going to talk about checking your attendance in Teams. First step is to log into the portal. And then you want to find the icon for Teams Student Self-Serve, and you're going to click on it. Once you're there, it's going to pull up the home page, and there are several tabs up across the top. You want to click the one that says Attendance. Once you click there, it's going to open up your student attendance records. There will be a separate row for each record that you have. In this case, the student only has one. The year is pretty early here. And then there's important information in a few other areas. So first step is to take a look at the list of absences and the dates right in this area. And then you want to scan across and take a look in each column to see what type of absence and what class period the absence was reported in. So here you'll notice this is sixth period, which happens on a B day, so there's a B in front of it, and that just lets you know. So if it were over here, it would be fourth period on A days that the absence was reported. The second bit of information that this is going to have for us is the type of absence. So you'll notice in this particular case, it says AUNX. And these are the two absences we have, AUNX and ARL right now. One is good and one is bad. The AUNX is an unexcused absence, and those are not good for us because we can only have so many before we lose credit for our classes. All of us are technically absent right now. We're not physically together in the building, and so the absent remote learning is good. So if you hear that term, you're okay. It means you are learning remotely that day, which is what we're hoping for. But these AUNXs we have to be careful of. So you'll see this student has one right here. Another thing to keep track of with attendance is how many absences you have per semester. And you can do that by looking at the very bottom of each of your columns. So for example, in this column, I see S1 and S2, and then there's an A and a dash. So for semester 1, I have 0 absences in this particular class. Over here, we already know there was one, we just discussed it, but if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see the total. Semester 1, 1 absence, which accurately reflects what we see above. These are the 3 areas that are going to help you interpret this particular page. Semester 1, again, means S1. Semester 2 is S2. One other thing you might notice here is this T. You'll see the T's across the top. We're not focusing on them right now because in the remote learning environment, your teachers are not marking you tardy to class. But when we do return to campus, that is something you also want to be mindful of, is keeping track of how many tardies you have per class. Why is it so important for us to be mindful of our attendance and keep track of it? Well, you lose credit for a semester after 4 unexcused absences in a class. So if I missed 4 of my art classes, I am okay, but if I miss 5, I've lost credit. Even if I have a 100% in that class, with 5 absences and doing nothing about it, I won't get credit. So you need to be careful. You want to make sure you're filling out that attendance form for all of your classes. And the attendance icon you'll see on your teacher's blend pages might look something like this. So be on the lookout for that. Another thing you can do to advocate for yourself is to check your attendance regularly and let your teachers know if you see an error by forwarding your attendance confirmation. Every time you fill this form out, it'll send a confirmation email to your student email account. And if you notice you were marked absent on the sixth period on September 8th, and you know you were there, you go to your email, you find this confirmation email, and you forward it to your teacher for that class to let them know that you were present. I hope this has helped clear up any misunderstandings you have about attendance and how to check for it in student teams.